Wrestling Dynamite begins on the pre-show. It's Wednesday, so you know what that means. Jamie Hayter kicks a win over Red Velvet in just inside 10 minutes. Falcon Arrow does the business, 43 for Hayter, 27 for Velvet. It's not a bad match, actually, for the women's division. And Hayter's obviously got to push in the future. 41, fine. Also, tag action on the pre-show. Team Taz, Powerhouse Hobbs and Hook got a win over Bear Country. Again for a 44. Okay, for a lower mid-card sort of match, that's absolutely fine. Hook gets the win over Bear Boulder with Red Rum. Hook is a very interesting character. In real life, he is catching over like wildfire, but it's very difficult to do that sort of thing in-game. And that is why I've decided to keep him as a heel and maybe pair him with Powerhouse Hobbs as a tag team and have Team Taz as a stable, Ricky Starks a single star, these two as a tag team. It's what I'm thinking. Any ideas? Let me know in the comments and we'll see what we can do. Should we go to the start of the show? It helps if I have my notes up, won't it? We're going to open the show, though, with the first match tonight of the Owen Hart Men's Cup. And it's CM Punk against a Joker. Punk makes his entrance to a big pop. And then the music of the Acclaimed hits. That's right, Max Caster and the other one. My God, my brain this morning is half asleep. Max Caster and his partner will go with because it's gone. They are there teasing that it's one of them to be the opponent. And they say, your opponent is one of the Acclaimed. But the newest member, the man who's going to lead the Acclaimed into the next success cycle. Swerve. That's right, Shane Swerve Strickland, 57, a little bit underwhelming for his debut, I've got to say. Anthony Bowen, that's the word I'm thinking of. Shane Strickland is going to debut here. We're going to bring him in as a heel, leading in the Acclaimed group. Again, it's not what they've done in real life, I'm aware of that. I just think with the rap background as well, it kind of fits. And maybe he won't be the only one coming in to join this group. I'll say that much. 57. But we open the contest. We open the main TV portion of the show with this contest. CM Punk versus Shane Swerve Strickland in the Owen Hart Cup. Who will go on to the next round? Let's find out. We open with a 69. Okay, so it's a little tad lower than I'd expected. But Shane Strickland only a 50 is probably the reason behind that. CM Punk 77. Good performance from him. And Punk gets the win inside 17 minutes with a submission with the Anaconda Vice after a distraction from Keith Lee. So what we establish here is that Swerve is a heel. He will get cheered a bit, but we establish him as a heel. And he is aligned with the Acclaimed. Lots of interference from Caster and Bowens. And what Swerve does do is tease his high spot. We know he can do it, and the fans think it's going to come when he goes to certain areas of the ring, and then he, absolutely not. He does a sort of Kevin Owens style thing where he slaps on a headlock or whatever. Punk eventually fights off the numbers with help. Lance Archer and Keith Lee come down to ringside to continue the storyline with the Acclaimed and cost the new leader of the Acclaimed, Shane Strickland, the victory. He will not be happy with that, I'm sure. CM Punk through to the next round of the men's Owen Hart Cup. Okay, backstage, it's AEW, so there's a fight backstage, isn't it? It's Pac and Jay Lethal who are being held apart, are being brawled apart. The security, on orders of Tony Khan, has thrown Pac and Jay Lethal out of the arena. They are banned from the arena tonight. These two will need to settle their differences very, very soon. Back to the ring, Jungle Express get a short victory over the Hybrid 2 inside 4 minutes. Jungle Boy making Jack Evans tap with a snare trap. It's a simple win to put over the former champions. Really put over their viciousness now. Not in a heel way, but in a way that they're getting serious. They are getting serious, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, since losing their titles. They realise they need to get serious a bit. So Jungle Boy 65, the best of the lot, carries it to a 53. Absolutely fine for these guys. Okay, backstage, Tony Schiavone is interviewing Sting and Darby Allin. Tonight they're on the same side, of course, tag teaming against FTR next. But in the Owen Hart Cup, if Sting and Darby Allin both win their first round matches in the Owen Hart Cup, which I believe I can't remember what we've already booked. I think Darby already has, right? So Sting can get a win in his match. We could see Sting versus Darby Allin in the Owen Hart Cup. That's what we're saying here. And we say what's going to happen there. And they sort of say, look, they have respect. They'll let the best man win, all this sort of stuff. But it leads into the next match. 76, really good promo. Sting and Darby Allin against FTR gets a 76 as well. Really good match. Cash Wheeler getting the pinfall victory over Darby Allin. That's a bit of a surprise to some, I'm sure. FTR getting the win. After miscommunication between Sting and Darby Allin, Sting going for the Stinger Splash. But Cash Wheeler moved, hitting Darby Allin. And yeah, big rig. 1, 2, 3, FTR win. 74 from Sting, the best, that's no surprise, but 70 from Darby Allin, really good. 62 apiece for FTR, not bad at all. Good chemistry with all 4 teams, which is what you like to see. And FTR get a big win here. Big win, maybe. Push them towards tag team title contention. 76, Sting and Darby Allin have got a little bit of a problem. Okay, we've been teasing it for a while. We were going to do it a few weeks ago, and William Regal is here. Let's debut him. We're going to do it in a backstage segment now, because everyone knows he's here at this point. But we officially show him on screen for an 83. Pretty good. William was underwhelming, apparently, but I disagree. Here we go then. So, yeah, Regal is here hyping up Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson here. He is the leader. He's going through what he wants to see. It's a shame that Jay Lethal can't be here tonight to hear this, but what he wants to see over the next week, because on Rampage on Friday, it is Bryan Danielson versus Keith Lee in the men's Owen Hart Cup. And next week on Dynamite, Jon Moxley will have his Owen Hart Cup match too. He expects wins, William Regal, and he makes it very, very clear. Speaking of the Owen Hart Cup, it's a women's Owen Hart Cup action now. Layla Hirsch against Riho, which gets a 48, and Riho goes through to the next round with a quick roll up in 7 minutes. Yeah, it's just a way of establishing another face contender in Riho, a good hand to put in the tournament. We've got some big names about to debut in this tournament. I'm excited by it. Riho getting the win. Layla Hirsch adding more to her frustration with Serena D, but not going to be happy as well, I'm sure. 46 for Riho, 41 for Layla Hirsch, boosted to a 48. Solid. Okay, backstage, one other person in the Owen Hart Cup, Hikaru Shida, is interrupted by her opponent on Friday in the Women's Owen Hart Cup, Athena. That's right, Athena. We're debuting her before they did in real life. It's a poor gimmick, apparently, which is a bit of a shame. Yes, we're going to do Hikaru Shida versus Athena on Rampage this week. It should be a big one. 56. I like it. I like the idea of it. 2 faces, but it doesn't matter. Right, Pillman and Garrison. Let's do their matchup, shall we? Because we've been teasing it for a while. This is the rematch. Will Garrison get his return victory? Well, no. We didn't give it a lot of time because these guys aren't the best. And also, well, we didn't have a lot of time to give. Big show. Brian Pillman gets the win over Griff Garrison. And yeah, it's the heel turn for Brian Pillman. The official heel turn. We're going to have Julia Hart involved in the finish. She's knocked off the apron. Leads to Brian Pillman hitting the low blow. And the 1, the 2, the 3. Brian Pillman wins. Post-match, Griff Garrison checks on Julia Hart, pulls her into the ring. They check shit, they hug. And over the shoulder of Griff Garrison, you can see Julia Hart's face. And you can see, well, what turns into quite an evil expression. Think Jericho, Christian, Trish at WrestleMania 20. We're going to have Julia Hart low blow Garrison for the second time in a few minutes. And Brian Pillman Jr. comes back into the ring. They kiss over Garrison's body. Something's happened over the last few weeks, but it seems that Pillman and Hart are on the same page together as a couple. Garrison is not. This is the official breakup of the team. We're going to handle the changing, so I should have done it just then. So we will turn Brian Pillman heel. Thank you. And we will turn Julia Hart heel as well. Not a good gimmick, apparently. Great. Yeah, we're going to put Pillman and Julia Hart together as a heel couple now. I think it could do a lot for Pillman. They're going to need a lot of work, but it could do a lot for Brian Pillman. 39, fine. Okay, 2 matches left. 2 big main event type matches. We're going to do them back to back. No segments in between. The following contest is for the All Elite Wrestling Women's World Championship. It is Thunder Rosa defending against Ruby Soho. And yeah, 2 big babyface challengers, 2 big babyface stars even challenging each other for the title. We get a 62 and a double pinfall finish. That's right, it's a draw between Ruby and Thunder Rosa. The way to continue the feud. I'm thinking this could be the match at Double or Nothing. Ruby getting a little bit frustrated as we go forward now against Thunder Rosa. 62 for the champ. Soho 52. Not bad at all, 62. Double pin is an interesting finish, I hear you, but it's just a way of furthering the feud. Right, main event, MJF, Eddie Kingston inside. I've got it as a steel cage. I can't remember what we did. We did do a steel cage and a win for MJF. For 70, I'm seeing that injury though, a bruised tailbone, probably off the Swanton Bomb if we're really honest. 77 from MJF, 64 Eddie Kingston, who was actually off his game, but a 70, not a bad main event, potentially could have been better. But a way to blow off the feud now. MJF has proven, you know what? He is a tough guy. He's beaten CM Punk in the dog collar match. He's now beaten Eddie Kingston in the steel cage. What's next for MJF? I'll check on that injury in just a second. Right, that ends AEW Dynamite. 77 is the highest Dynamite we've got. I don't think we'll hit that, but if we hit 72, 73, I'll be happy. Let's see what we get. Dynamite is a 74, so that's pretty good. That's probably third best Dynamite in the save so far. Big main event helped. Good segments with Marks and Danielson. Big middle of the card match. Maybe Sting and Darby Allin FTR could have main evented actually, but I don't think it mattered too much. I'm pretty pleased with the show. Rampage will go to. I'll inform you of the injury to MJF. And yeah, this should be an interesting one. Keith Lee, Bryan Danielson. Oh, it's Friday. You know what that means. AEW Rampage comes to you from the Ocean Center. Wheeler Yuta getting a win over Austin. Got on the pre-show with the Yuta Locks. 36, fine. 37 for Wheeler. 28 for Austin Gunn. These are two low guys. We're doing it with the pre-show tonight. We're using the lower guys. As you see, with the 4-on-4 women's match, the 4 lowest women faces versus the 4 lowest heel faces. A couple of them we have used a bit. As I say, Julia Hart's going to start a big push now, so she gets the victory over Leva Bates. 40 for this isn't bad at all. Really carried by Yuka Sakazaki and Layla Hirsch as well. So, yeah, Kiera Hogan, 37, not bad at all. I'm looking at Julia Hart. She needs to improve performances. Hopefully being involved in lots of segments against other guys will help. We'll open the show, though, with Adam Cole versus Trent Beretta for a 65. Great start to the show. 68 from Adam Cole. Trent, 49. Really strong start. I don't know what the flying crossbody's about. We'll have to change his finisher to what it's supposed to be. The Boom. And, yeah, a win for Adam Cole. Good stuff. Good start. Just keep Cole and Red Dragon ticking over until we do eventually bring back the Young Bucks. And maybe someone else. We'll see. 65. Let's go. In ring, Ricky Starks isn't happy for a 60. This is pretty good, actually. Ricky Starks is complaining about the fact that on Dynamite last week, he was beaten by Cesaro. But he wasn't beaten in a fair manner. He was beaten by cheating. Cesaro knows it, the world knows it, and the referee knows it. He invites the referee out to change his decision and put Ricky Starks back in the Owen Hart Cup. Taz, Hobbs, Hook are all there as well, getting some intimidation in when the music of Cesaro hits. Cesaro comes down to ringside and says, I'll be honest with you guys, I have no idea what he's talking about. No idea. No clue. Did anyone see me cheating? Referee, did you see me cheating? Yes, no, I didn't. I didn't see it. I didn't see anything. No. I counted the 1, 2, 3 because that's all I saw. I was like, okay, fair. Fans, AEW fans, did you see me cheating there? Obviously, no. Ricky Starks losing his mind at this point at the pure, unadulterated lie from Cesaro. Goes to attack Cesaro, but Cesaro sees it coming, hits an uppercut, and quickly gets out of there because of their numbers advantage. This is going to continue on. Ricky Starks and Cesaro. Starks will get the truth from Cesaro. There is a feel of KO and Ezekiel to this. That's for a reason. I quite like that storyline. I'm making it work for me. 60. Good stuff. Right, Women's Owen Hart Cup time. We teased it on Dynamite. It's Hikaru Shida against Athena for a 53. Pretty good. Athena wins with an O face. I have to see what her finish is meant to be because that ain't right. Where's the Eclipse? This match is part of the Women's Own Hart Cup, as we say. 53, not bad at all, and a win for the debuting Athena for a 45. Hikaru Shida put in a good performance. It's a shame Hikaru Shida has to lose. Either one of these would have been good going forward, but I just wanted to give Athena a win on a debut and maybe give something for Hikaru Shida to get going again. 53, pretty good. Okay, backstage, Griff Garrison, who's licking his wounds after being betrayed by his brother and his long-term friend Julia Hart on Dynamite, when in walks to the scene Sky Blue. Now, Sky Blue is going to bitch to Griff Garrison here about what Julia Hart did. She's not going to like it. And what we do here is establish a friendship between Sky Blue and Griff Garrison. Nothing more than that, at least not yet, but a friendship between Sky Blue and Griff Garrison, who will now be managed by Sky Blue going forward, which is what we're going to do. 27, not terrible. Not terrible at all. Okay, Chris Jericho pleads with Sammy Guevara for an 81. What a good segment this is. Backstage, he says, Sammy, you know what? I need you to have my back on Dynamite, because Jericho has his Owen Hart Cup match this Wednesday on Dynamite. Jericho pleads with Sammy to have his back, and Sammy just walks away in amazement that Jericho will even ask now. But Jericho, in his egotistical way, genuinely believes that he's convinced him, and he genuinely believes that Sammy Guevara will have his back on Dynamite. Recipe for disaster. Right, main event time. This is the big one. Bryan Danielson versus Keith Lee. I'm excited for this. It's men's Owen Hart Cup time. Who goes through to the next round? Your winner is Bryan Danielson for an 83. A really good match between two really, really fantastic wrestlers. Danielson gets the win with a running knee. Keith Lee put down by perhaps the better man on the day. Bryan Danielson, perhaps the best man in the tournament. Perhaps the best in the world, if you see where I'm going. 83, very pleased with that as an end to the show. Very pleased. Regal will be happy. Rampage gets and 68. I expected better. I'm not going to lie. I expected better with that main event, but maybe it's because of the 27, I suppose. But you got to do these things. You got to build them up. We are moving forward now in the Owen Hart Cup, and we're flying. We are flying. And that's the AEW episode in the books this week. A big week, a good week, pretty good week, solid week as we continue towards Double or Nothing. And who is going to be in the finals of the Owen Hart Cup tournament? Who is going to go after the world champion? We'll find that out on Wednesday. I'm getting there. Lots more to do, lots more to love. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like on it. We are back once again next week, fingers crossed. And until next time, peace.